because we keep silence and become quiet and calm our state of mind, and gradually what happens is we close our physical eyes, and after we calm down our state of mind, then naturally our spiritual eyes will open. So when we close our physical eye, naturally spiritual eye will open, and that's a gate for the spiritual world, and that's a universal fundamental purpose of meditation. And second, we start talking with our guardian spirit, and to talk we use those kind of contemplation practice. So in English we say that that's a contemplation. So in Japanese it says koan. Koan means deep pondering the certain words. That's a direct translation. So by thinking, ponder the certain true words, through those tips and clues, we can think deeper. That's a contemplation, right? So for each practice, we do that way. Okay, then now I like to show the master's excerpt video, which is about soulmate and your guardian spirits. That's I think 10 minutes long. So after we watch that video, we get into the practice one. So practice one, I guide you 2 steps. First step, I like you to sit here and ponder. And in the second step of the first practice, you can go around freely. I think I like to take more time to ponder. So, but maybe your back is become pain. So walk freely, have a coffee, tea, and even have a cake. That's free. You can do anything. Just do not forget, come back. The time what I said. But even that time, please keep silence. That's a very important point. Master says the keep silence is a drop that is like a raindrop of wisdom into the pond. So if you have more drop of the rain, pond become full. That's a pool of wisdom. So keep silence. Silence is a drop of rain, or makes a drop of rain of wisdom, drop of wisdom, and which accumulate in your pond. Right? So in the second practice, please feel free, walk around and anything, but please keep silence. Okay, now let's see the master's excerpt, which is about soulmates and.
Then, after a few decades of spiritual development, you move on to the next world with a new personality. After gaining new experiences and knowledge in the 20th and 21st centuries, you return to the other world. And that memory remains in the soul and is shared by other members. That is how it works. Your own personality exists on the very end of a branch of this giant cosmic tree. But just before the point where your branch splits off, there are several other small branches growing. These are where the people that you call your soulmates exist. I'm sure you will meet someone who especially captivates your heart. It is not always a man-woman relationship. The person can be of the same gender. Although not related to you, he or she feels like a relative. Or it may be a lifelong friendship with someone you are fated to meet. This friend will appear in your life that will guide you to the truth, and you will spend decades together. This kind of companionship, the soulmate, actually exists. So when we think about the meaning of life, we must think about it very deeply. From now on, when you meditate, if you think about a particular person who left a very deep impression on you, I'd like you to ask yourself if that person actually has a special connection to your soul through fate. There are 20 to 30 people around you who are spiritually connected to you. And this is the group of people that will decide your happiness and unhappiness in life. Most of these people were destined to meet you in this life. There are people who you are certainly and absolutely destined to meet at least once in your life. The life training that that person offers is necessary for you. Some appear as kind supporters, while others teach you strictly or give you hardships. However, there are people that you absolutely must meet. In some ways, this is a workbook of problems in your life. In your workbook, you must meet this person and that one and that one. You carried forward some issue from a previous life, so you must settle it in this one. For example, in a past life, you were parent and child or husband and wife. But something came between you to cause great hatred. You must meet the person again in a different relationship to test what will happen this time. So when problems like love-hate relationships with someone who has a deep influence on your life occur, in most cases these are problems coming from a past life and a part of God's plan for you. So don't think that it's just happened to you in this life, but assume that there is something this problem should teach you. All souls are actually connected to each other. So in the competitive society of today, you may compete and win or lose. But remember that your opponents are not your absolute enemies or rivals. Many of them are people you have met many times in past lives. I want you to understand that all souls are spiritually connected to the great tree of life. That is why I preach to you about love. I tell you to love each other. And when I say that, I mean that you are not strangers to each other. Actually, we are all connected. Somewhere, at some point in time, your original life energy is connected, and many of you have met before in many different eras. When a new Dharma is taught, like it is now in this life, many of these people are reborn. During the period of Lamu, Thoth, Hermes, or Buddha, you all met before, and you are now meeting here with a different appearance or role, perhaps switching gender or swapping parent-child roles. You are a shoot from the same large branch. So it is a sin to hate and despise each other. This is a sin because it injures. It is said that the opposite of love is jealousy and hatred, but I want you to overcome it. You envy a person, but actually you are companions. In many cases, the person that you despise and feel hatred for has an extremely deep connection to you spiritually, and is someone you have met many, many times. So I tell you, stop hurting each other, stop speaking ill of others, stop hating, and instead, bless each other. Do these things for the sake of your own soul's development. Our religion, Happy Science, was created to teach that.